Whew. Hi. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Who the hell is this guy? Surely can't be Rohan Lawrence, the guy who does weekly Raw reviews, because that guy's been gone for a while now. Seriously, he hasn't posted up a new video in at least a good 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah, I know. I was honestly feeling pretty bad. Like, honest to God, I was actually really not feeling too well. Plus, I had to take care of a lot of college stuff, so that kind of required me of, choosing my priorities. But I am back, and I am here. And even though it's Thursday, Raw is still pretty fresh on my mind. That was the final go-home Raw before SummerSlam, and man, did a lot of things happen. For this Raw review, I'll be taking a lot of the more important stuff, to give time to what needs to be given light to. So, without further ado, let us begin the review for the Monday, July 12th edition of Monday Night Raw. First off, we've got Wade Barrett versus Daniel Bryan. This match is short. I mean short. Daniel Bryan is once again over with the crowd, but he is screwed out of the match with Wade Barrett because, Brad Maddox is all special guest referee, which will lead to some interesting segments later on. Yeah, rusty. Okay, match 2. We've got Orton versus Damien Sandow. Money in the Bank winner versus Money in the Bank winner. Well, this match is a solid good match. Cody Rhodes, of course, is there. And, to prevent a repeat of last time, as you guys all remember when Cody Rhodes took Damien Sandow's Money in the Bank, let's just say Sandow has it Cody-proof by having it, locked to the ring post, so he doesn't take it. But he doesn't need to take it in order to distract Damien, giving Randy Orton the win. Okay. Later on, we see Shield cutting a great promo. Dean Ambrose, the main point to take from it, that Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns are still waiting for opponents to beat them. Well, they've claimed no one can beat them, with a promo like that. I can't really blame them. And Dean Ambrose says that as the United States champion, no one can really beat him. So yeah, Shield are cutting a great promo. Also, I need to point out that Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins won't be in a tag team match at SummerSlam. Can somebody tell me why? I don't know, it feels like ever since the debut of the Wyatt family came in, and even beforehand, the Shield have been kind of pushed to the back scene. I mean, we've got this is a group of, rookies, I guess you can call them, but they're not really so rookies, not so much rookies anymore. This is a team that took out guys like Cena, Sheamus, Orton, Rock, and all the other big stars currently in WWE, and now they've just been kind of moved to the shadows. I don't mind that they've been moved to mid-card, and the fact that they've got the tag team champion and United States champion brings more light and importance to both titles, but they should definitely be showcased a lot more. Anyway, the next match featured a mixed tag team match between the Great Khali and Natalya versus AJ and Big E Langston. Really not much to say here. Glad they gave Natalya a win here. As you all know, there's going to be a mixed tag team match between Caitlyn and Dolph Ziggler against AJ and Big E. That should be interesting. Also a match now between Natalya and I believe one of the Bella Twins. I can't remember. I always get those two confused. This is clearly the work of the new show Total Divas, which is doing pretty well, I must say. I've watched all 3 episodes that's come out now, and it's actually pretty entertaining if you like that kind of thing. I'm glad they're giving the Divas more time, but it kind of bothers me that that the Divas get a match and the tag team champions don't get a match. It's just kind of weird, but don't get me wrong, I'm actually happy for that other Divas are getting more screen time. Later on, we've got Kane versus Titus O'Neil. This is clearly an easy matchup for Kane. The Wyatt family tries to come and attack Kane again like they did on their shocking debut, but this time it failed. Kane was out of the ring and threatens them with fire. Kane is referring to the Ring of Fire match that they're going to be having. Not Inferno match, but Ring of Fire. Still, it's kind of impressive that they're bringing back, any type of fire, regarding wrestling back to the WWE. That's the type of matchup we haven't seen in a long time. SummerSlam is going to be something to see. Already, it's way better than last year's SummerSlam, my God. Anyway, the night goes on with Del Rio versus Kofi Kingston. I'm kind of disappointed that Kofi just got back and he's already back to jobbing, but I guess it was to Del Rio, so what are you going to do? Oh boy, seriously though? Come on. chopping already, for God's sake. Anyway, we've got match 6, the Real Americans versus Usos. I'd like to point out that while the Real Americans are a very good tag team and their combinations have, proven so, and I think they should definitely get a chance at the tag team championships, why the hell was Cesaro wearing a cape when he came out? Seriously? I mean, why? Are they trying to bury him? Seriously, the Real Americans could, be a good team if, they actually get pushed. Wow. Honestly. Anyway, the Usos win that match, but I gotta say, good match. Seriously. Why the hell? I'm sorry, I'm still stuck up on that whole why are the tag team champions not fighting. It's not like they don't have people to fight. I definitely wouldn't mind a rematch between them and the Usos after that stunning tag team match they had at the pre-show, which, I'll get to in a while, which is my second problem with WWE booking the Shield. Next we have, in my opinion, what stole the show. The segment between John Cena and Daniel Bryan in the Miz TV segment. Man, was this a good promo. Seriously. I mean, John Cena will say what he usually says, how, Daniel Bryan, you're not the first and you won't be the last to make fun of what I stand for. He talks about how he'll never give up, how as long as there are people still rooting for him, that he's going to keep fighting. I didn't mind that, although I was bothered by the fact that Cena mentioned the Make-A-Wish kids. It was that was kind of a low blow on both Cena and the companies. Seriously? You're really going to bring in kids who are actually and literally dying of diseases to try to put a guy over? That actually bothered me because it got me, but it got me in the wrong way. It's of course I feel bad for the child, but seriously, was there really a need for us to know that? I thought that was something personal between Cena and the child. It's really, you need that to, get a cheap pop? That was kind of pathetic. I mean, I know he wants to demonstrate the whole I'll never give up, but seriously, there was really no need for that. Daniel Bryan retorts by saying how John Cena is a parody of John Cena. I hate to say it, but he kind of is. Like Daniel Bryan said, I believe, last week, that he's a wrestler and Cena's an entertainer. And what's great about this promo, Daniel Bryan's hitting on a lot of points that a lot of people who don't like Cena, he's getting on them. Those are the points that we want to hear, that a lot of people want to hear. I'm apologizing if I say we. What I mean by we is the people who don't like him, as I stated before. He did go on a lot of points that, those people agree with. They feel that, Cena really is nothing more than, just, a money-making tool, really. I mean, I'm a Cena fan, and I gotta agree with that. Seriously. Cena's biggest purpose is to line up Vince's pockets with money. And Daniel Bryan didn't beat around the bush. He also had another hilarious part of his segment. Not even hilarious, more funny in terms of making fun of John Cena. He tells John Cena that there's a custom that they do in Japan, where to get their opponent more riled up, they'll slap them in the face. However, this is a custom only done in wrestling. Daniel Bryan said he would love so much to do it to John Cena, but he can't because he's not a wrestler. That was a great promo, because beforehand John Cena had said that Daniel Bryan doesn't really deserve to be in the list of The Rock, CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, and whoever is John Cena's face. And Daniel Bryan says that and says, I was right. You don't respect me. In a sense, I'm kind of agreeing with Daniel Bryan. I, of course, want Daniel Bryan to win. I'm definitely backing for Daniel Bryan to win. Because, honestly, what point is there to keep the belt on Cena? Cena's already proven that he's bigger than the WWE Championship, as seen with that, title reign of CM Punk, where CM Punk only, main evented 3 out of the 12 calendar years. But seriously, there's no need for them not to put Daniel Bryan as WWE Championship. His wrestling moves are great. He's over with the crowd. Frankly, it's time for a change. But that promo was great. It made the show, honestly, because the matches weren't even that good. Some of them are okay, but this promo in particular definitely saved the show. I personally cannot wait for SUmmer Slamm. And as in added news, as you guys already know, Triple H has deemed himself the special guest referee. In an attempt to thwart Vince McMahon of making Brad Maddox the special guest referee early on in the show, Triple H has made himself referee, which now I feel is all the more reason why Daniel Bryan is gonna win. As we move on, we have the 20-man Battle Royale to decide the number one contender for the United States Championship. Oh, that's what they're doing with the US Championship. RVD wins the Battle Royale. He knocks off Mark Henry, who was the last person who he had to knock off. Mark Henry shows a sign of respect, seeing that he's now a face, and, was a good sport about it. He knows he was beaten, and it was a good match, honestly. The Shield come out to make their presence known again, but just when you thought RVD and Mark Henry were in trouble, here comes the Big Show. The Big Show, who's apparently turned face again. I predict in the future that the Shield will have to ante up their tag team championships to the Big Show and Mark Henry in the match. That kind of, I don't know if I said that right. Anyway, you got the gist of it. I think Mark Henry and Big Show are going to team up to take down the Shield and get their tag team championship back. Makes sense. Both of them have a grudge against the Shield, so why wouldn't they team up? Seeing that now they're both face. Plus, it'll be an interesting tag team. That is a very heavy tag team, though. Anyway, more to the point of the pre-show. The United States Championship is going to be on the pre-show. Why? Seriously, it's like they're trying to make people forget about the Shield by putting them on the pre-show. First, the Tag Team Championship match, which was great, and now the United States Championship match, which I'm sure is going to be great as well. Like, seriously, what the hell, WWE? I really want to see these guys more on the main card. If I had to choose, I'd either put the mixed tag team match on the pre-show or the match between Natalya and the Bella Twins. Seriously, it just makes more sense. Both RVD and Dean Ambrose are too good. RVD's had his history, and Dean Ambrose is a definite future star. It's just kind of disrespectful to both of them. And now for the main event, Paul Heyman versus CM Punk. I'd like to say that, but as we all know, it was a trap. Paul Heyman had no intention of fighting CM Punk by himself. He then brought out Brock Lesnar and had some very choice words for CM Punk. All in all, to make a long story short, because I'm kind of running out of time on my camera, great promo. Once again, promos made the show. Second best promo to date on Monday Night Raw on that night. It ends with CM Punk coming out behind Paul Heyman right after Paul Heyman says, "What are you going to do, Punk? Are you going to be the smart coward or the stupid hero?" Comes out behind with the camera, knocks the hell out of Brock Lesnar with the camera. And let's just say it kind of went all downhill for, Paul Heyman. He was going to get Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman ran out of there as quick as he could. And Curtis Axel came in trying to help his old buddy, old pal. But, CM Punk had a choice chair shot for him, gave him a go to sleep, and man, am I looking forward to SUmmer Slamm. And that was it for Monday Night Raw. Once again, I apologize. I actually will be more on time. I know I've said that a million times, but this time I promise. But Nin has been, busy here around my house, and gotta go back to college in a couple of weeks, so I don't even know how I'm going to be still doing these reviews. The last thing I need is for me to do these reviews, and then people think I'm talking to myself. I may have had that in my last school, but never mind. Anyway, that was that was all for my Monday Night Raw review. SUmmer Slamm is coming up. We'll see what happens on SmackDown, and that's all I got for this night. So, you have a lovely day, and see you guys later.